Charlie, be ready. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming out today. Today is March 13th, Tuesday, March 13th at 7:35. We are reconvening the Board of Finance budget hearings for 2018-2019. Tonight is our final meeting on the budget, and we will be adopting the city budget as well as the Milford Board of Education budget, and referring the same to the Board of Aldermen for their consideration. Since there are a number of representatives of the Board of Education here tonight, we will take the Board of Education discussion and vote first. And at that time, I'll open up the floor to the members of the board.
I'll make a motion to approve $93,265,155 for the Board of Education.
Could you repeat that?
$93,265,155.
93,265.
Oh no, 93,235,155. Basically, I subtracted the 361,500, which was the addition of the capital projects, which I think can be delayed until next year. Okay, and that was the increase that was added by the Board of Ed, and I'm going with the superintendent's recommendation.
Thank you, Mr. Castagnoli, for that motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Moulton. Any discussion on the motion?
Yeah, I'd like to, let's get to what that percentage would be, if we can. Peter, can you do that?
Percentage.
You got the percentage with the
With that, with the revised
Percentage
number,
increase?
it's 1.39%.
This may be on yeah.
1.39%.
Yep.
Increase.
Yeah.
Increase.
Oh, if the 361,500 is subtracted,
Yes.
it's a 1.39 increase.
Yeah, if we use 93,235,155, it's a 1.39% over last year.
Yes. Thank you, Peter. There's a motion made and seconded. Any discussion on the motion?
Well, I've already stated my reason
Yeah.
for subtracting the 361,500. I think that that can be done next year, and the years maybe following 2 years, and I'm going with the superintendent's recommendation.
Mr. Chairman, just an announcement that is an overview of the whole budget. You saw the packet that our finance director distributed to everybody.
Yes.
It takes into account those issues that you brought up, this board brought up over the course of the last month of deliberations. There were some adjustments that were made. There were also some things that were changed because of new information. For example, the city assessor has since signed off on the grand list. It's about $28 million more than we had in the mayor's proposed budget. So that helps us out slightly. There are about $336,000 worth of adjustments. A net negative $336,000 worth of adjustments. There are some increases based on issues that got brought up. Again, your board is going to have to deliberate over those this evening. One of the items that you had brought up were the step increases that appeared in the budget because of vacant positions. There are some vacant positions that have occurred since the budget was first produced, and Peter went back painstakingly and made those adjustments to the step 1 increase if that position was again vacant. So based on that, there are some adjustments for your consideration, some other things that the finance director took another look at based on new actuarial numbers and new information that he's had since the budget was first published a few months ago. So there are some adjustments that I know that we've discussed over the course of the last several meetings, but it is adjustments of about $336,000 downward, plus the $30 million plus the $30 million more in revenue. So if the budget was approved as is, it would still be a flat budget based on the recommendations of the Board of Education and the mayor's proposed budget. So it would still be a flat budget if these adjustments were adopted.
All right. Well, we just got these adjustments tonight. Okay, Ben?
Yep.
I think we have to go through them and see
Absolutely.
what exactly what all those adjustments are. And do we know what the state of Connecticut is going to do?
Absent clairvoyance, no.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Ms. Fitzpatrick, or anyone else have any comments on the, or discussion on the motion?
No. I originally, let me give you on this one. I originally wanted to come in at a 1% increase in the total budget, but due to the fact that we won't be too affected by this budget due to the favorable side of the city side, I think I'll go with the 1.39.
Well, I think I can also support the motion. I think I'd also like to thank the administration for the school board and the school board itself for their hard work in putting together a very conscientious budget, and we appreciate their efforts throughout the year in presenting us with a reasonable request. And thank you for that. If there's no further discussion, all those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
No,
I oppose.
Lauren is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I should have said no.
That's-
I mean, I think you said 1.39, it's a good number. I just think the number twos that the principals all recommended for their schools.
The discussion's closed, I believe.
Well,
The motion went past.
the motion passed 4-1, but if
This
I
isn't the
would...
time to discuss it, right?
After
Now,
discussion.
Discussion's closed.
discussion is closed, but I will, if you don't mind, allow a comment on explanation of the vote against.
Yeah.
I know we just say we put it off till next year, and then there'll still be multiple things that principals would like done in their buildings, and then we wait another year. I mean, I wish we could have gone the full budget, 93,596, 655, but obviously 4-1.
Well, I appreciate that sentiment. I think the Appendix J does outline a number of particular items. I think it's Appendix A, but a number of items that would be useful for the schools, actually Appendix I, excuse me. However, I think given the uncertainty at the state of Connecticut level, that the motion that was made is prudent, and I was comfortable supporting it. Anybody else have any further comments that they'd like to state?
No.
Okay.
So much.
Thank you all.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Good luck in your future.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
enjoy.
Yes, good luck. Thank you very much.
Yes.
I'm sure we'll see you.
Thank you all.
Take care. man.
Take care.
Yes. Yeah. Jeff Bird, I think you ask me every time.
I know, I bet that's
He's leaving,
a...
Joe.
You just got a position in Colchester.
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 Superintendent. Right?
Yeah,
Superintendent.
Big guy.
that's at the motion.
I think I'll
Okay.
get a raise for it.
I was gonna say something about Colchester.
Colchester?
I will not.
There's a dam there. That's all I know.
No, that's, I think,
lot of snow there.
no, I think I think that's, I think you're thinking of by Wyndham. Isn't Colchester down by Waterford?
No, it's up by northwest.
Yeah, but that and then up there.
Yeah, it's up northwest, right?
No.
Come on,
Adam and.
Yeah, it's up by,
where?
yeah. Now, you're thinking of Colebrook.
You got it.
Colebrook is,
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
the
dam.
dam.
Colchester
Yeah.
is over that
Oh,
way.
damn, that dam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Colebrook is up by Wyndham and Winchester. that
Yeah,
area.
okay.
Okay.
So they're 2,000 lucky. Okay. but,
All right.
I'm going, yeah, but I think you should.
Okay, well,
You usually fall asleep over it.
takes us a little while to get warmed up because it's been a year since we've done this, but I think we will start. Peter, if we do anything incorrectly, please
Yeah.
interrupt and set us straight, but I believe we start on page 14 with Board of Aldermen 4111, and we will have a motion made by Mr. Castagnoli to approve various departments or disapprove various departments until we get to a point where a change needs to be made. If anyone has a particular request to alter something that's either not in Peter's recommended or summary of changes, or beyond, or included within the motion that they'd like to change, by all means, let me know and we can reduce the motion accordingly, or revise the motion accordingly.
How much you know we have to?
I'll move to approve the Board of Aldermen budget as presented by the mayor.
And then,
$6,205.
Oh, yeah.
but my suggestion would be that you continue along with each department.
So maybe the law department? Is it-
Yeah, until the first change is law, so,
Oh, okay.
so that way we can vote on multiple departments
Okay.
within a single motion.
Okay.
Move to approve the Board of Aldermen budget as proposed by the mayor, and the elections 4112, registrar of voters 4115, MGAT 4116, mayor 4121, general expenses 4122, community development 4123, city clerk 4129,
Second?
There's a motion made and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. I will be recusing myself on the law department, 4131, because my partner is the city attorney, so if you could take care of that vote.
All right.
Patrick?
264. I think that,
Peter, what's the new total with the 7,585 change?
It's on your page if you go beyond the summary to page 24 in my handout. I've given you the revised totals
Oh, you've
and
given
this
me the
revised
totals?
subtotal.
yeah.
Everything has been circled, so that should help.
Okay, we'll move the law department.
I think you know each one of these that they changed.
If you want to use my summary as talking points, and then the pages are referenced on the summary as well as the individual pages. It's page 24 and 25.
I think,
Move to approve the law department, total of $651,264, with the change to the vacant risk manager position brought down to the minimum step.
I'll second that. You vote? Second vote?
Aye.
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 All approved. Next one, 25.
I did not second it, right?
Huh? Yeah, yeah. You can't second, you can approve. Okay, a lot of problems now.
Move to approve 4132, Ethics Commission.
No, 4131.
413.
31.
We
We're
just,
gonna change it.
we just did that one.
No.
Yeah, we did. The law department, we just
No.
did, didn't we?
We do ethics though.
Yeah, ethics we had to.
Oh, God, yeah, you should do. I'm sorry.
Move to approve the Ethics Commission, 4132 as presented. 4133 Probate Court as presented.
So Brian can come back in.
Huh?
So Brian can come back in.
Yeah, I'm back in.
Huh?
Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. No, thank you. Thank you. I'm back
Brian
in.
can come back into the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's fine. So ethics, oh yeah, you can finish it.
ethics, probate, Board of Finance.
No. Just do a single motion for ethics.
Yeah.
Oh, just for ethics, okay, move to approve the ethics department as 4132 as presented by the mayor.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against?
Thank
All
you.
approved.
Thank you, Vice Chairman Fitzpatrick. I will, just for the record, I did recuse myself on ethics and law department, and now probate, 4133.
Move to approve probate as presented, Department 4133, Board of Finance 4141 as presented.
We have a change on that one.
On finance?
No, 4142 was the first change, Joe.
Oh, for the answer, Phil.
Yeah.
That's a little, okay.
Okay, there's a motion made, is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Yep, Lawrence, second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. I would suggest when, for the changes, I think it would be best if whoever's making the motion, Joe, if you could read the change for each line within the department that's being made, and then we could vote on the new department total at the end. I think it'll be clear as to what's being changed. So in other words, are you following me? So
Yeah.
which one
Oh,
I
yeah.
circle? Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah. Move to approve Department 4142 permitting and land use in the amount of $961,240 with a change in regular wages to $961,240, reducing building inspector A salary to minimum step, and also the 9942 account would also be reduced. Uniforms and weather gear, adding $1,000. Publications, adding $2,000. And those are, I believe, all the changes.
And then if you could just read the subtotal for personal services, the subtotal for operational expenses.
The new subtotal for personnel services are $1,004,827. The new subtotal for operational expenses, $43,125. And the new department total, $1,066,252.
And then the final position total was $961,240, is that the motion?
Well, the position total is $961,240, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's the motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Fitzpatrick. Any discussion on the motion?
All
Hearing none, all those in favor?
set. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve Department 4143, Board of Assessment Appeals as presented by the mayor. 4144, 4145, 4146, 4147, 4151, 4153, 4155, 4156, 4159, 4160, 4161, 4162.
And that's,
That's it until the public library, then there's changes.
yeah, so that's the motion.
Yep.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
By Scott, any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve the public library 4193 in the amount of $1,171,604. Regular wage, the personnel services regular wages account is reduced by $7,059. the vacant library assistant salary goes down to the minimum step. And that also reduces the next account. So the new subtotal would be $944,804. And the department total, as I said, would be $1,171,604.
Thank you. Is there a discussion on the motion? Oh, I'm sorry. Is there a second on the motion?
Second.
Second by Mr. Fitzpatrick. Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve Finance Department 4210 in the amount of $1,898,174, with the change coming in the regular wage account and the fiscal week account for $32,722 decrease. Deputy tax collector is being reduced to step 2. Certified clerk to step 1, 2 accounting clerks to step 1, vacant clerk A tax office to minimum step, and they will reduce, that is what is reducing the regular wage account, all those reductions, totaling $32,722.
So the new regular wage would be $1,639,548, and the new subtotal of $1,688,766.
Right.
For a new department total of $1,898,174. Is that the motion?
Yes.
The motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Lauren. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye. Management.
Opposed? I'm sorry. Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve Department 4215 Management Information Systems in the amount of $1,015,351. There's a change to the regular wage account to $495,466. Reduced a vacant position, GIS analyst, salary to step 1. And that reduction is $7,102, and the new subtotal is $526,937. Department total is $1,015,351.
Thank you. Is there a second? Second by Scott. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve Department 4219 Human Resources.
Second.
Second by Mr. Fitzpatrick. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve Department 4310 Police Department, the amount of $13,311,694. Change coming in a new public safety dispatcher, grade 23 minimum step, and converting one police officer to a school resource officer. So the regular wage account is increased to $10,208,094, and the subtotal is increased to $11,940,034. Total department is now $13,311,694.
Thank you. That's the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Moulton. Any discussion on the motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
just point of clarification, did you mention the 1/5 fiscal week change in that? I think that was skipped over. There was a decrease, an increase actually, in 1/5 fiscal week.
So the 1/5 fiscal week is,
850.
think that was picked up in the motion, but just to be clear, the motion would include the increase of the 1/5 fiscal week to 50,850 for the new personal services subtotal of 11,940,034. Is that the motion?
Yes.
Seconded?
Seconded. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Peter.
Move to approve the fire department 4320 as presented by the mayor.
Second.
Second by Mr. Fitzpatrick. I had a recollection that there was going to be a change or something in the fire department, or correction? Was there a correction? No?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve Department 4331 Emergency Management for a total of $103,154 with only one change, and that is setting up a new account, 4189 miscellaneous professionals fees services for $1, just to open the account.
And that would be a new subtotal of 6,751.
Correct.
That is the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Lauren. Any discussion on the motion?
Nope.
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve Department 4340 Animal Control as presented, and also 4360 Lighting, Hydrants, and Water.
It's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Martin. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve Department 4420 Public Works Office in the amount of $377,391 with changes to regular wages in 1/5 physical week, reduce a Public Works Office Manager, which is an vacant position, to the minimum step. And that's what's creating the decrease of $26,896. The new subtotal would be $371,465, the new total $377,391.
Mr. Chairman, if I'm not mistaken, did we mention the change in the Assistant Director of Public Works?
No, I forgot that.
That was lowered to step one.
That was also lowered to step one from 105,063 to 91,147.
Yes, so
Did you give us a separate, did you break out those two, Peter?
In the
Because I'm looking, the total decrease is 26,896.
yes, in the
So
verbiage.
one was 13,
Oh, okay.
and the other one was 14. Okay,
Yeah.
so it was about 27,000, both of them.
Yes, combined of
Right.
almost 27.
Okay, so it's two positions.
Two
Okay.
positions affected.
so the new regular wages would be 366, 336, and the new 1/5 fiscal week would be 1,829 for a new subtotal of 371,465. Is that the motion?
Correct.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
I hate to be
No, please.
nitpicky, but I believe it was 366, 636.
636, thank you.
636.
636,
And a new department total of 377,391.
yes.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, thank you. There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Fitzpatrick. Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. So just going forward, I think maybe if we just start on with the circle lines and just read the numbers out, that way we can be clear to catch everything rather than refer to a summary.
Yeah,
Might be easier.
it'll be faster.
Okay. Move to approve Department 4421 Highway Parks, the following changes in regular wages, $2,249,054, and 1/5 fiscal week, $11,183, subtotal $2,449,237. The changes: reduce mason to minimum step, reduce truck driver operator, tree equipment to step 3, reduce truck driver operator, tree equipment, step 2, reduce truck driver drainage to step 5, reduce vacant maintainer to minimum step. And so the regular wages would be reduced to 23,000, well, the entire reduction between both accounts is 23,183. And the new subtotal, 2,449,237, new department total, 2,749,787.
Can you just read those again, the subtotal and the department total?
Subtotal,
Departments too.
2,449,237, or do you want the position?
That's the number that I have.
The wage, the position total, budgeted position total is $2,249,054.
Okay.
Right,
Yeah, so that would be the wage.
right.
And then the subtotal for personal services, $2,449,237.
That's good.
So everybody on the same page?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, nobody yet. There's a motion made, is there a second?
Second.
Second.
All right, Lauren.
Lauren, thank you. Any discussion on the motion?
Nope.
Nope.
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve building maintenance department 4423, total amount $3,083,039, with the following changes. Regular wages to $1,558,18, 1/5 fiscal week, $7,711. We're reducing the vacant mechanic maintenance to minimum step, courier interoffice to minimum step, reduce custodian to step 5, reduce 5 vacant custodians to minimum step, reduce custodian to step 2, reduce wages account and the 1/5 fiscal week by $43,295. So the new subtotal is $1,613,329 in the personal services. Total for the department, $3,083,039.
That's
Yeah.
the motion, is there a second? A second.
Second, yeah.
By Scott. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve Department 4424 Engineering, total amount $399,493, with a reduction in regular wages and 1/5 fiscal week, wages $344,128, 1/5 fiscal week to $1,714, subtotal for $388,843. We're reducing a vacant engineering technician position to the minimum step. And I believe that's it.
Thank you. A motion made, is there a second?
Oh,
Second by Mr. Fitzpatrick. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve Department 4429, General Garage, as presented.
Motion made, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Lauren. Any discussion on the motion?
None.
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve Department 4431 solid waste. Total amount is $4,198,376. And we're reducing the regular wage account to $1,343,408. 1/5 fiscal week to $6,679. Subtotal to $1,770,087. Total department 4198,376. And we are reducing an operator light equipment to minimum step, reducing 2 truck driver laborers to minimum step.
There's a motion made, is there a second? Second by Mr. Fitzpatrick.
Mr. Chairman, just to weigh in, again, we have not negotiated a new contract, but as of July 1st, the amount that we have been receiving for our recyclable goods, $20 a ton, is very likely going to change. We have enjoyed that rate because the commodities market for recyclables was high. When we initially made that contract, we are in the process right now working with our consortium of towns to negotiate a new rate. It's likely going to be a cost and not just $20 a ton. So the tipping fees line item that you see in that budget for city waste removal costs, there's going to likely next year be a cost. So that's just a heads up for this board that that will likely be coming down the pike in a year for you guys. And maybe even there will be some transfers mid-year, depending on what rate we get.
Thank you. So,
Move to approve Department 4503 Public Debt Service as presented.
hold on, we'll back up 1 second. I don't think
No.
we didn't vote on that. So there was a motion
No.
made on solid waste, seconded by Mr. Fitzpatrick. The mayor, anything further?
No?
Thank you for that. But just to follow up on the mayor's comment. Right now, we have line 4790, city waste removal costs of approximately $1,910,000. That, is there gonna be an additional line item? That's our tip?
Not an additional line item, but there will likely be, approximately $100,000 more in expenses that we'll have under that item 47909950, city waste removal costs, which includes the tipping fee
Okay.
for next year.
Because under the current contract, do we actually receive revenue from our waste?
Yes.
And that's, will, in all likelihood.
We don't know yet. We're still negotiating. I don't want to spoil
Right.
Yeah.
the heart of the negotiations, especially since
Yeah,
this
right.
is public, but
Yeah.
that's what the markets are trending.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ray. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Mr. Kessinger.
Move to approve Department 4503 Public Debt Service as presented.
Motion made, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Lauren. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve Health Department 4610, in the amount of $919,684 with changes to the regular wages and 1/5 fiscal week. Reducing a vacant sanitarian position to the minimum step. And the regular wage account goes to $790,816, the 1/5 fiscal week to $3,941. Subtotal to $837,757, and the total $919,684.
Thank you. It's a motion, is there a second? Seconded by Scott. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
If we could you mention that the sanitarian 2 would be reduced to the step? That was
Yeah.
mentioned, all right, thank you. Okay, any further discussion on the motion?
No.
No?
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve 4710, Department 40 Employee Benefits,
Go back.
Well,
Recreation.
82.
Recreation fund, that's true.
Recreation.
Yeah.
I did. Move to approve Department 4620 Recreation Department as presented.
Motion made, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Lauren. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve Department 4710 Employee Benefits in the amount of $23,681,038. And I'd like to have Peter give me a rundown of these reductions.
Yes.
We're reducing quite a bit here.
Yes, we're reducing longevity fire to $143,267. Reducing the state survivors fund, account 4209-0000 to $480,000. Reducing FICA, account 4212 with 4 zeros to $1.1 million. Reducing account 4214-9915 Blue Cross retirees to $886,100. Reducing account 4217 Medicare reimbursement to $639,000 for a revised subtotal for employee benefits of $23,657,838. Revised department total is $23,681,038.
And that's the motion, is there a second? Yeah.
I'll second, but what I wanted to know was what was causing those reductions?
Yeah.
Well, hold on one
What was
second.
causing those, Peter?
Yeah, what's causing them is, as I went through, I took a comprehensive look at the budget, and since I was making reductions,
Right.
I came to this area and said, well, where can I trim, where can I come down a little bit more in some of these line items?
Was it the step changes that caused this?
No, not directly, but,
Okay.
but in it, I always have said they could have an indirect effect, but that FICA covers overtime as well and all kinds of wage entries, so
Okay.
it's not a direct impact, per se.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was just a closer look at this,
A closer
this
look,
area. Okay.
a second or third, fourth look at these
All
lines.
right, then I'm fine with that.
Okay, so that's your motion
Yeah.
with Peter's
Yeah,
explanation?
exactly, yeah.
Is there a second?
Second, okay.
Seconded by Scott. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve Department 4720 Insurance and Bonds
There's
as
a motion-
presented.
Motion made, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Lauren, any discussion on the motion?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve Department 4740 claims and refunds in the amount of $615,000, with the change coming in heart and hypertension claims from $625,000 down to $600,000. And the new total would be $615. It's a drop of $25,000.
That is the motion, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Lauren, any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve Department 4825 Bethel Center, 4826 Boys and Girls Clubs.
No, 47,
Page 86.
86. Page 86.
Yeah.
On 86. Oh. I was jumping ahead, okay. Move to approve Department 4790 Benefit and Salary Reserve, unallocated contingency 4799, as presented.
I think we could go a little bit more.
No more. Council on Aging 4801, Milford Arts Council 4803, 4805 CMed, 4807 Regional Mental Health Board, 4811 Borough of Woodmont, 4812 Transit Authority, 4813 Bridges, 4815 Veterans Graves, 4816, Milford Flotilla. 4817, Human Services. 4818, Historic District.
And that's the motion, up to 4818, bless you.
Yep.
Is there a second?
Oh, second.
Second all that.
Seconded by Scott. Any discussion on the motion? Bless you.
Thank you.
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously, and just for the record, I'll be recusing myself from Milford Progress as Scott, because we're members of that board. Yes.
Okay.
Move to approve Department 4819, Milford Progress, as presented.
We will second it.
Second, I'm sorry.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Or,
Oh, aye.
yeah, so it's 3 ayes. And two recusals, huh?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Fitzpatrick.
Okay.
Mr. Casanelli.
Move to approve Department 4820, Historic District 2, 4821, Health Services, 4822, Cemetery Association, 4825, Bethel Center,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
4826, Boys and Girls Club, 4827, Literacy Volunteers.
Thank you. That's the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Lauren. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
So we split out this one here.
Okay.
28, 28.
Move to approve Department 4828, Milford Preservation Commission. Total amount stays the same, $650, but it's separated into two accounts, 4168 secretarial fees and 4771 advertising. The secretarial fees would be $300, the advertising would be $350 for a total of $650, which is the same total as was presented.
That's the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Fitzpatrick. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve Department 4992, Private School Textbook, 4993, Education Audit Fees, 4994, School Debt, 4995, Education Employee Benefits.
And that's,
Skip 1996.
it. So that's the motion?
That's the motion.
Oh, we did approve education.
Yeah,
Well, I think Peter will need to, oh, we did approve it
Yeah,
already.
we did,
so-
yeah.
So we put in,
we're done with that.
yeah, we have to
My
put the
motion's
figure in
finished.
though, right?
Well, you can put in, I'm sorry to cut you off, you can put in
Yeah.
4997 educational health insurance contribution as presented as well, below.
There's,
Oh, that's right.
That's right, yeah, that doesn't
Yeah.
change, yeah. 4997, Educational Health Insurance Contribution.
Okay, that's as presented. Any is there a second on the motion?
Second.
Second by Lauren. Any discussion on the motion?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve Department 4998, Educational Health Services, School Nurses. Department total will be $1,316,193. The wages and the fiscal week would be reduced to $1,206,660 and $304. We're reducing 3 nurse positions to step 3 and reducing 1 nurse position to step 4. So we go from $1,224,591 to $1,206,660 and $331 to $304. Subtotal would be $1,272,464, and the new department total would be $1,316,193.
And did we do the nurses, the steps?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did, I mentioned that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Scott. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. I think we're going to page 98.
Yeah.
Move to to approve Department 4154 Sewer Commission in the amount of $1,703,708 as presented by the mayor.
Motion made, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Fitzpatrick. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Wastewater?
Just a question on this, I didn't even realize it. What is sewer administrative service? Is that an outside service?
At one point, there were 3 people in the sewer department. We reduced it to 2 and then 1. And at this point, we pay a stipend in order to have all the sewer functions accomplished by our engineering administrative assistant. So there's a stipend to be paid that she does additional work for the sewer department.
Oh.
That happened a few years back, the
Yeah.
clerk position, when the clerk retired, the
Yeah.
position wasn't filled. And then
Okay.
this was allocated.
That's about all about that one.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No, it's been, good cost savings, improved efficiency, right, Mr. Mayor?
By a lot.
Okay, so we had a motion for wastewater, I believe, seconded by Mr. Fitzpatrick.
That was the commission, no, wait a minute.
No, that was sewer.
Sewer, yeah.
Oh, no, we did, I think we voted on sewer.
Okay.
4154.
Move to approve
Yeah.
4426 wastewater
Yeah.
as presented.
Okay, so the motion is to approve wastewater 4426 as presented.
Second?
Do we want to, seconded?
Yeah. All in
Any
favor?
discussion on the motion? Seconded by Lauren. Any discussion on the motion?
No.
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. I think we need those two on out. Even though there's 0, I think we need
I
4790.
move to approve Department 4790 benefit and salary reserves and 4799 unallocated contingency as presented.
The motion, is there a second?
Second then.
Seconded by Scott. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Page 109, Harbor Commission?
Move to
Mr. Chair.
approve.
Yes.
If we could vote on the revenue item for wastewater before we move on.
Total revenues for the sewer fund on page 97. If you would formally approve them,
Yes,
please.
thank you.
Oh, okay.
Move to approve the sewer fund as presented.
That's Fund 0012, sewer fund as presented, and if you could just state that number, since it's a big one.
0012.
And then the amount.
0012. 8,506,994.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Fitzpatrick. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Page 109, Harbor Commission 4157, is there a motion?
Move to approve as presented.
4157.
Also, the golf course expenditures.
We want to go back to the revenue on page 108, the Marina Revenue, Enterprise Revenue Fund as well.
Okay. Move to approve Marina Enterprise Revenue of Department 4157 as presented also.
Okay, so that's a motion to approve 4157 Marina Enterprise Revenue and
The-
Harbor Commission 4157. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Lauren.
Discussion on that.
Yes.
The state pilot, is that gone?
It's gone.
We gonna take this out of here or the potentially later?
It's like, the state pilot for the marina?
Yeah,
The boats, yeah, that has been gone, they phased it out, at one point they gave us half of the funding, but we haven't seen that in a few years, so it's likely not to come back anytime soon. It was good for a place like Milford that had a lot of
Right.
boats registered, but it's all going to the state now.
That's right, okay. Wonderful. Okay.
Okay, so, I don't know if you voted, but I'll, just in case we didn't, the motion made by Mr. Casanoli, second by Lauren. Any further discussion on the motion?
Nope.
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Move to approve golf course revenues and golf course expenditures as presented, Department 4121.
Thank you, is there a second? Seconded by Scott. Any discussion on the motion?
Nope.
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Now, Peter, do we have to go to the revenue side now?
What you can do is approve all the revenue except for current taxes, and then we'll recess for a few minutes, and then I'll give you the current taxes number and the final number.
Okay, so we'll move to page 4, general fund revenue. And that can be a single motion except for excluding
Current taxes,
Yeah, what page is that?
Page 4.
Page 4,
Oh, I was looking at that.
yeah.
Okay, current taxes, so just, so the motion would be to approve current, proposed total revenue of $32,972,178,
178, right.
excluding current
Excluding
taxes.
current taxes.
That is the motion.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Fitzpatrick. Any discussion on the motion?
Yeah, I'm just looking for the nitrogen. Do we have that in there?
That's under the wastewater.
The whole thing here, or is it the wastewater?
Well,
It's special fund
just
now.
to remind the board, if we have to pay, there is a line item here, but I believe we budgeted $1, hoping that we wouldn't have to pay.
Right.
When there is revenue because of the Board of Aldermen resolution, that revenue is put into Fund 20, the Debt Service Reserve Fund. And I think I read the amounts the past couple of years that we did receive money, but it went into the Debt Service Reserve Fund, not into the
Do
general.
we get anything this year?
This year,
Yeah,
I believe so.
It's a little bit less than last year, not because the nitrogen amount was less, but because the state adjusted the formula for reimbursement, and it was a little bit less than last year. He did,
Yeah, I thought
Public Works did read the number off.
Yeah, I have the number. I'll give it to you.
Hope I don't mess up your
Yeah, sure.
little formulas in there.
And again, the numbers that we get now are for last year's
Last year.
figures, so we pay
Yeah,
a year behind.
we received about 96,000 this year.
Oh, I
Last
think generous.
last year, 153,000.
Well, I think generous, huh? Well, we'll deal with on that one. Did I see something about this gentleman that has the seaweed, scallops, clams farm, and he's affecting the nitrogen balance in the, and he's hoping that this farming will increase. Did you see that article on this guy? He's quite a character. There's only 2 in the Sound right now. Did you see him?
I think, I know that there's some seaweed farming off of Charles Island.
Right.
And I know that there was some grant that Department of Economic and Community Development gave to someone else who was interested in seaweed farming. But the nitrogen credits for the wastewater, that's for the actual, they test in the actual plants and the discharge of
Oh,
water.
just the plant, that's
So
right.
it doesn't,
Okay.
they don't test Long Island Sound.
Right,
They
okay.
test what goes into Long Island
Right.
Sound.
This guy's quite a character. We're gonna have some chapters coming from him. big farming.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor. Any further discussion?
Nope.
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. We'll take a short recess to allow the finance director to
Take a long walk down to the other side of the
calculate the
building.
taxes.
I'm glad you're an athlete, Peter.
Mr. Mayor, did you have the grand list number again for this one?
It was approximately $28 million more than the figure that was listed in your books, but we do have that, the number.
Oh, do you want the grand list number?
Yeah,
Yeah, sure, it's, 6,567,000,000.
That's you, all right.
So I'll round it, almost 6.6 billion.
6,567,000?
6,567,168,379. An increase of 28,310,000 over last year.
Peter, do you know where that puts us in the state? Are we in the top 5 or top 10?
I'm not sure of yet. Mr.
How
Chairman,
early would you go to a Giants game?
Okay,
What do you got? Oh,
okay, we're back out of recess,
yep.
back to order. And I'll turn the floor over to the finance director.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, the current taxes number for account 3111000 on page 4 will be $177,221,220. So that's, I'll repeat it again. It's 177,221,220. And the total budget for the city is $210,193,398. 210,193,398. And just to reiterate, just to reconfirm, the Board of Ed number is 93,235,155.
Right.
And the mill rate will be, for the Board of Finance recommended budget for 2018-2019 is 27.74. A reduction of 0.05 from last year. I believe that's all the pertinent information.
We're going to find the,
What's the reduction? What was the reduction now?
0.05 in mills.
what page is the?
So last year's mill rate was 27.79, this year's proposed mill rate is 27.74.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Peter. Anything further?
I think you may have to
Can you give me-
Yeah, we'll do a vote.
Peter, let me have that Board of Education.
Yeah, just, we want to make sure we get all the numbers right. The Board of Ed is 993,235,155.
So, just to, I think we, so that 93,
235,155.
Yeah, so the total reduction, I mean, the Board of Ed was reduced by 361,500, and the city side was reduced by 336,531. So a total reduction of 698,031 in total reduction.
That's 698. What is that in terms of mills?
Let's see.
What's a mill worth?
Oh, for every $1,000 of the assessed value, which is 70% of the fair market value.
Right, I know that, but what,
So if you have $1,750,000 So if you have a house that had $1 million,
Right.
you take 70% of that, which is $700,000, and you
Yeah.
multiply that by the mill rate.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
But he's saying, what is it, 698?
Right, and
Translated to a
Into a
mill
mill-
rate reduction.
It's
Right, do a mill reduction.
approximately, it's a little over 0.1 mil, you know, if you want, yeah.
A tenth of a mil.
Tenth of a
the
mil,
10th of a mil.
0.10, a tenth of a mil,
Okay.
little bit over.
So is your question, how much of a reduction in taxes will that be for a $300,000 house?
No.
No,
We
no,
just
no,
wanted
I
to
just wanted to
translate
know
it.
what that
In mil.
equated to.
But if you could tell us that would be great.
Yeah, since you brought it up, for a house with a market value, not assessed, market value of $311,070, assessed value would be 70% of that, or $217,749. Your taxes will go down about $11.
That's right.
$11.
That's good.
It's not going up.
Better than
Not going up.
Hey, I knocked off my cable bill by 20 bucks.
And
Get the new box. Really? Getting high speed internet, 100 MPS. They got the new.
okay, so we do have to take a vote, I believe. So we'll need a motion. We'll need a motion to adopt the total, actually, yes, the total tax of 177, 221, 220 on line 3111 for current taxes. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Lauren. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Or just for,
Do you need a motion on the total?
yeah, why don't we do a motion on the total revenue? So that motion for the tax,
Move to approve total revenue, what, the 210, 193, 398?
correct. So that's an amendment to the prior motion,
Mm-hmm.
second.
Second,
Yeah. So, all those in favor of the
Aye.
motion as amended?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Do we need to adopt the mill rate, or that just translates automatically by the adoption of the revenue?
That's the new total.
Of when?
Well, if you take the 177,
Oh,
Part of
gee.
it.
and you add the 32,
Da, da, da,
972.
Do we need to do anything else?
Thank you, guys. I know
Thank
that you spent many evenings over the course of the last month deliberating and fine tuning the budget, and I think we have a better product than what we had going in. So thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you both to Peter and the mayor for their hard work and make it easy. Thank you, Kathy, as usual, for
Yes.
all of your hard work,
Absolutely.
keeping us on track.
Yeah.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Gasparelli, seconded by Joe. We are adjourned. All those in favor, I don't think, Laura, did stick around a bit longer?
What's that? Yeah. You guys want to order dinner?
City,
Sounds good.
How we did it.
2.75,
Good.
and then